Did you know there are various forms of the princess in the psychological horror visual novel Slay the Princess? Check this out. Meet the Den. After failing to slay the beast but avoiding being swallowed, she has become even more ferocious. She no longer is capable of speech and consumed by instinct, though there may be more to her than meets the eye. The Den is a branch of the princess encountered in Chapter 3, The Den, stemming from Chapter 2, The Beast. The Den is similar in appearance to the beast, however she is now more bestial, resembling a lion. She is primarily furred, with a mane of straight dark hair. She has 3 horns on her head, 1 large horn in the center and 2 smaller red horns. Their shape on her head seems to elude a crown. She has 8 limbs in total. A pair of scaly arms, a pair of front legs, a pair of scaly hind legs, and a pair of feathered wings. Her only form of clothing is gauze that covers her chest and most of her upper body. While rarely seen due to the low light level of most of the chapter, she does possess a tail. It appears to be quite long and ends in a plume of fur. When she consumes the flesh of the hero, her mouth extends to resemble a beak. Her legs turn into talons and her fur begins to grow wings, reflecting the hero's appearance. Her horns also grow in a way that resembles tree branches. The Den is even more ferocious than the beast, lunging to attack him at the mere sight of the hero, no longer interested in swallowing him to escape. She's fully fallen prey to her nature as a predator and no longer is capable of speaking. However, she can still show empathy. If the hero offers to help her, she'll go along with it, even saving him from the falling debris of the tunnel. They are then able to dig their way out of this hell. Even when the narrator thinks she'll betray him at the last moment, she proves them wrong and comes back to help the hero out of the hole. Still, if the hero doesn't show compassion, she'll mostly only demonstrate her goal, to feast on him. Being tied to instinct, she can easily be tricked, as the hero is easily able to lure and trap her in the narrow tunnel leading out. In addition to being a hulking animal, the Den can devour the hero's strength in a very literal sense, ripping out piece by piece of his flesh to swallow and heal her of her own wounds. She exploits this power against the hero, who can, in turn, return right at her by devouring her if he embraces instinct. The more both consume, the more both of their bodies begin to twist into warped reflections of what they eat. There are 6 different choices to deal with the Den. Luring her out can only be done with the voice of the skeptic, while fighting her can only be done with the voice of the stubborn, and those paths can lead to her being killed. Both her and the hero starving to death, working together to leave, and both of them embracing instinct to fight each other forever. In any case, the princess will say she feels cold through her eyes since she can't speak. The shifting mound will then claim her as a vessel and be found in the spaces between. The dormant shifting mound describes the Den as having a ravenous heart. Prior to the pristine cut, her description was the same as that of the beast, having a bold heart, and her Steam achievement used to call her a wordless vessel. If she was claimed as a vessel, the shifting mound will call upon the Den as a vessel to argue her perspective at the end of everything, performing the fear stance. Did you find this variant of the princess during your playthrough? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe for more Slay the Princess. Did you know?